Good morning, this is Vaughan at Westcote Bell Pottery in La Have, Nova Scotia on the northeast point of Canada, before you get to Newfoundland. I am going to follow up on my glaze test videos, 3 of them, with the Strontium Crystal Magic, because this was the glaze firing where I tried to resolve a bunch of problems, and I just wanted to show you the results. Most of these are with the speckle clay, because I thought that was the better clay body to use. And if you notice, it hasn't run much at all. Oh, where's the camera on this? There you go. I think it's on that side. The glaze has not run much at all past where I did the glaze. The Strontium Crystal Magic was to about here with bare glaze, and it ran down a little bit. But you can see it doesn't really, there's nothing like the running that we had with the other glaze. Not the other glazed. I used B-Mix and also this speckle clay. And the B-Mix, there was a lot more running. I can show you some samples of that. This is the glaze. I did I call it apple green. It's a copper carbonate glaze with a little bit of rutile in it, with Strontium Crystal Magic over the top. And you can see the running is much more controlled. This was the variegated blue, which is in the Glaze Cone 6 Glaze book, with the Strontium Crystal Magic over the top, and this one ran very evenly. So that was interesting, but it ran a lot on the balls, when it was on the B-Mix clay. These ones came out very interesting. This is the turquoise green. And you can see how it ran down. I had a little bit of fluting on these that encouraged that run. But you can see, once again, doesn't pass the speckled clay. Something about the speckled clay is resisting the running a little bit and the fluxing nature of this Strontium Crystal Magic glaze. This was over my evergreen. Or no, it was the turquoise, this one, that's right. So turquoise matte, it's on the internet, you can see it. And it ran right to the bottom and all that. And I just sanded that one a little. Actually, it's not even rough, so that wasn't, one of them I did sand a little bit. But those new kiln shelves really help. If something runs down, it barely sticks to the shelf. That's really pretty glaze. But that ran over, for some reason, that one ran right over the speckled clay too. So it's the turquoise matte with the Strontium Crystal Magic over the top. These are pretty. Is this the one? Yeah, this is the one I sanded a little bit. So you can see how the fluting that I did encouraged the runs down. And remember, I left 2 centimeters here, almost an inch, of bare clay. So it still runs quite a bit, but it's much better. Those are just blue glasses. The blue glasses didn't have Strontium Crystal. It was an order I did for somebody. And this one is the actual Ohata glaze. So it didn't encourage the running too much. Very pretty colors in the glaze up there. And this is one of my favorite combinations of this. This is actually the fake ash with the Strontium Crystal Magic over the top, and that really ran. And I do have fluting on this, so that's why the fluting lines encourage it to go down in the valleys. But isn't that pretty? On the inside, I use just my oatmeal on this one. Let's see. I saved the best to last. Oh, there's some other pieces here I did just using my regular glazes, but these turned out very nice. This is the bright blue that's in the Cone 6 book with variegated blue over the top and an oatmeal over in 2 opposite places there. This is my turquoise with my oatmeal that doesn't have any speckles in it. And this is Tenmoku Gold with my bright blue dipped over the bottom and a little bit of oatmeal over the top there. That's pretty too. Same on this one. Bright blue Tenmoku Gold. Actually, I did turquoise on the top of this because I've been glazing turquoise on the inside of them. Okay, now these are the best to last pieces. So I think all of these turned out really nice. Oatmeal clay, and I went down, I left at least 2 centimeters at the bottom. But this is the variegated blue, which ran a lot in the tests. And it's basically the Strontium Crystal Magic over the top, dipped probably about halfway, and then running down. There we go. This is the mouse gray. I think they call it mouse brown in the Cone 6 book, with the Strontium Crystal Magic dipped. You can see, and it didn't run a huge amount on this piece. So that glaze inhibits the running of the Strontium Crystal Magic. And I did some chattering on the bottom with some fluting up above, and that emphasized the textures of the piece. This is the fake ash. These recipes are all available on the internet. Just go on Pinterest, type them in, and you'll have them come up. And then Strontium Crystal Magic over the top. This is the same, and yet it looks different. But it was fake ash with the actual Strontium Crystal Magic done over the top. Less yellow appeared in this piece. I'm not sure why, because they're both on the same clay base. Maybe I didn't stir the bucket. I mean, that's one of the things we have to watch for all the time. This is my apple green with the Strontium Crystal Magic, and it didn't run much. There's a piece starting to run there. This was Randy's red. Didn't come out red at all. You can see my fluting lines on it with the Strontium Crystal Magic dipped at the top. I do the turquoise on the inside of these. It kind of makes them pop a little bit. Same glaze combo, but this one, the Randy's red part started to come out a little bit at the top. And that's the Strontium Crystal Magic over that area. This one, I think, was the Reader's Digest red. Once again, the Strontium Crystal Magic on the inside. And this one was over white clay. Notice I only did the Strontium Crystal Magic down about 1 centimeter from the top. I thought it would run more than that actually, but and this one I think is my ketchup red. Oh, I should pull them back a little bit. They're getting a bit too close now. Porcelain clay, Strontium Crystal Magic, just 1 centimeter or 2 from the top. So really kind of realizing how much it can create running, especially on the white clay. And there's the turquoise on the inside of these as well. I really like that combination. Best to last, just so you stay tuned. Look at that. This is Tenmoku Gold on white clay. It always works good on the white clay. And then just 1 centimeter or 2 of the Strontium Crystal Magic at the top with fluting. And look at that, with the turquoise on the inside. You know I'm going to make a big bowl out of this. There you go. That was beautiful. And I made his and hers. I'll give one to my wife. These are the test pieces. Aren't they nice ring too? It's a very high, it's a Cone 6 clay. It's the 455 speckle from Toronto. They also make one similar at Pittsburgh in standard. It's called number 112 there. It's a speckle manganese clay. So you can try these if you're looking at me from Ohio or Kentucky, Tennessee. You can get it from Columbus Clay Company, that 112 standard clay. I'm pretty sure it's the same clay body. All right, okay. The glaze tests that I did, where I fired them upside down to see if I could smooth over the bottoms, these were really run a lot. So firing them upside down, it melted back into the piece. But now I have 3 little pinholes on the inside from the stilts, so I can just sand those a little bit. But it did work. I didn't need to save these. I have the name on the back of what I've put on them. This is my evergreen. So I didn't need to save them, but I wanted to see what would happen if it would run off. And there's a little build up there where it almost ran off the edge. But you can see I wrote on the back which one, waxing brown with Strontium Crystal Magic. It's really pretty. This one, the same thing. This was, I mean, you look at the number 3 in the series. The running was huge, and it melted right back in, but not enough to run all the way down. I think I showed you this one but this was the rutile green, which is the same recipe as bright blue in Cone 6. But instead of the cobalt, I was adding some copper carbonate to it. Firing schedule is important. Basically, I took it up to about 1800 degrees at 200 degrees an hour. 1800 degrees, I slowed it down to 155 degrees an hour, to up to 2205 degrees. This is all Fahrenheit, obviously. 2205 I soaked for 10 minutes, and then I took it down, ramping down at 9999, so that it literally just cooled naturally, basically. Right down to 1750, and then I held for 1 hour, and then I let it turn off. And so that's the firing schedule. I'm going to try a slightly different firing schedule using tests like this as well. Alrighty, okay. I'm sorry I kept you too long. I didn't think this would be over 10 minutes. Post the comments, subscribe, all the usual stuff and all that. And I'll keep posting videos. Alright, thanks very much. Bye-bye.